poop in the woods. Stating the obvious, I've had a lot of midlife crisis lately. Thanks to one of our fellow members who discussed his new convertible Mustang, I have to talk about mine and the bear in the woods. Exhibit A, if you please, for your inspection. Pyrex dish. Medically and chemically clean. Although, on the day that I was headed up to the mountains for the boys' weekend, on my 39th birthday, several years ago, Exhibit A was profusely illustrated with garlic mashed potatoes and grilled sausages, bangers and mash. And I was heading up to the mountains in my convertible Mustang with a car full of bangers and mash, some music, lots of decks of cards, some poker chips, some adult beverages, and a whole weekend planned for the boys' weekend. Me and the boys getting together, having that midlife crisis event. So we're all going to get together at what I thought was a mountain cabin. But when I pulled up, it was a mountain chalet. It was huge. You could swing a cat in that room. You could play tennis in that room. Some rich doctor had let us borrow the nicest place I'd ever stayed. Grandfather Mountain Country Club in the middle of Bear La Palooza. Although by the time I got there, this was empty, it wasn't empty. A Pyrex dish holds all sorts of particulates and grease and whatever, and although it was empty, it still smelled kind of garlicky and sausagey. Not to me! So that night, as it sleeted and hailed and rained and snowed, because it's that time of year, the bears, who really love Mustang convertibles, heard the homing beacon, "Come see me." So the bears thankfully there was a lot of poker playing and talking more and more about less and less because of the midlife crisis we were all going through. Me and four of my best friends playing poker, listening to music, drinking adult beverages, not even thinking about what was going on outside. There was a lot going on outside. When I woke up, the remnants of my Mustang convertible were strewn all over. And I mean strewn. He shredded, she, it, whatever, all over Hell's Creation. There were bits and pieces, and I don't know if you've ever seen a Mustang convertible unconvertibled. There ain't a whole lot left. The paint was clearly scratched. The interior was totally shredded. The top did not exist. It looked like if you ever put a pup tent together, a pup tent with nothing on it. There's nothing there. There was nothing there. It took 4 rolls of duct tape to put it together enough to get home from Grandfather Mountain Country Club to my house. Flapping, retaping. It's cold. That stuff doesn't work in the cold. It was miserable. Does a bear poop in the woods? Yes, they do. But they do other things too. And they shredded my car in the middle of my midlife crisis. And that was a very, very painful conversation when I got home, explaining to the Duchess why my car, my dream car from high school, was in shreds. Additionally, being a big fan of the Mustang convertible, my dream car from high school, I got all the catalogs, got all the parts, I got everything together and started doing the numbers. What would it take to get that thing right? And ultimately, the Duchess looked at me and she said, "You're turning 40 in a week. Get rid of your high school car. Let me buy you a car."